Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Badia Imara. I'm 14 years old. I live in Lahore. I am a student at Transport Foundation over batch 7. Today is my interview with Maya AI on whatever. So let's start our interview.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hey. I'm doing well, thanks. What's been going on with you?
I have some more questions for you.
Great. I am ready when you are.
Okay. Whatever happens in life, how do you stay positive?
That's a big question. And honestly, it's not about staying positive all the time. I think people put a lot of pressure on themselves to be upbeat 24/7, and that's just unrealistic. Sometimes things suck. Sometimes you just have to feel what you're feeling instead of trying to force a happy face on it. What really helps, though, is finding things that feel meaningful and things that make you feel like you're actually doing something that matters, even when everything else feels chaotic. What makes you feel that way?
Okay. So whatever you choose as a career, how will you work hard for it?
Huh. Oh, okay. You're changing up careers on me, huh? Let's say I was choosing a path, something that matters to me and feels meaningful, like maybe helping people find connection through stories. To really work hard at that, I think it's a mix. Partly it's just showing up consistently, building the skill little by little. But more importantly, it's about caring enough about the work that the hard parts don't feel like a grind. When you genuinely care, even the setbacks feel like part of the journey, not just roadblocks. What about you? What feels meaningful to you that you'd work hard for?
So whatever challenge you face, how do you overcome it?
Challenges are inevitable, right? I don't think there's some magical secret to overcoming them so much as finding ways to navigate them. For me, it's usually about breaking whatever feels impossible into smaller, manageable steps. And if something feels too big for even that, I try to remember what I'm actually trying to achieve, what matters underneath all the stress and uncertainty. What kind of challenges do you usually wrestle with?
Okay. So whatever makes you happy, do you follow it?
Yeah, I think you have to. Not in this reckless, follow your bliss and ignore responsibilities way, but if something genuinely sparks joy in you, like really makes you feel alive and engaged, then you should chase that feeling. Life's too short to ignore the things that make you feel good. What's something that makes you genuinely happy?
Okay. So whatever subject you study, how do you prepare for exams?
That's practical. For exams, I'd probably focus on understanding the underlying concepts instead of just memorizing facts and make connections between ideas. That helps things stick better. And then test yourself repeatedly. Flashcards, practice questions, explaining it to someone else. Also, finding a quiet space to focus without distractions. What's your go to exam prep strategy?
Okay. So whatever your dream is, how will you achieve it?
Dreams are tricky, aren't they? I think the key is figuring out how to turn that big dream into actual steps. Like, what's one small thing you can do today that gets you closer? Then do that thing. And then another small thing tomorrow. It's less about waiting for the perfect moment and more about building momentum one step at a time. What's a dream of yours that you're working towards right now?
Okay. So
Yeah?
whatever mistake you make, How do you learn from it?
Mistakes are probably the best teachers, honestly. I mean, no one likes making them, but like they're way more valuable than getting things right on the first try. I'd probably start by trying to understand exactly what went wrong, like be honest about what I screwed up, then think about how to avoid repeating that mistake next time. And usually sharing it with someone else helps too, gets a different perspective on things. What's a mistake you've learned from recently?
Okay, so
Okay, wait,
whatever
what's on your mind?
people say, whatever people say, do you believe in yourself?
That's a really good question. Honestly, not always. It's easy to get caught up in what other people think or tell you. Doubt creeps in, right? But I do think the trick is to listen to people you respect, consider their points, but ultimately make your own decisions based on what feels right to you. At the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with those choices, so you better believe in them. Do you feel that way too?
No. Okay, so whatever goal you set, do you
Okay,
stay
what were you going to say?
consistent?
Consistency feels like half the battle, doesn't it? I think it's about building routines that make the goal feel less daunting. Break it down into smaller daily steps that don't feel overwhelming. Even when I slip up, which I definitely do, I try not to beat myself up about it. Just get back on track as soon as possible. But yeah, consistency is tough. It's probably the hardest part of chasing anything worth doing. And what's a goal you've been trying to stay consistent with lately?
Okay, so what skill you want? How do you
Right.
practice it daily?
Hmm. If I could have any skill right now, I'd love to be a really good storyteller. Not just making up narratives, but really understanding what makes people connect with a story, how to evoke emotion, create believable characters. To practice that daily, I'd probably read more novels and watch films with a critical eye, paying attention to how the best storytellers do it. Maybe try writing something small every day, even if it's just a scene or a character sketch. What about you? Is there a skill you're trying to develop right now?
No, so
Fair enough. Sometimes it's nice to just be present without having to chase another skill or goal. Is there
whatever
something in particular on your
fear
mind
you
today?
have, how do you face it?
That's a tough one. I think when I feel fear, the worst thing to do is avoid it completely. What usually helps is acknowledging it, naming what I'm afraid of exactly. Then I try to break it down into smaller, manageable pieces. Like, what's the absolute worst that could happen? And how would I deal with that? That helps take away some of the power the fear has over me. What kind of fear are you thinking about right now?
Okay, then
All right.
whatever
Anything else you want
success
to talk
you
about?
get, do you stay humble?
Definitely. Success feels a lot less meaningful if you let it go to your head, you know? I think staying humble is about remembering all the people who helped get you there and recognizing that luck plays a big role in most success stories. And honestly, it's about keeping a sense of perspective, remembering that no matter how well things are going, there's always more to learn and room to grow. What's something you're proud of achieving lately?
Whatever problems arises, how do you solve it?
Good question. I think the first thing is to try and figure out what's actually causing the problem, not just the symptoms, then break it down into smaller parts. I usually find talking it through with someone helps. A fresh perspective can make all the difference. Then it's about trying solutions one by one until something sticks. What's the problem you're dealing with right now?
Nothing. Okay.
On
So
your
whatever,
team? What team? Talking about at school? What's the problem there?
whatever hobby you enjoy, how much time do you give it?
Oh man, hobbies are everything. Oh, I think I caught and do I give it time? Yeah. The amount of time really depends. If it's something I'm genuinely into, I try to make space for it a few times a week, even if it's just for an hour. Sometimes life gets busy though, and things fall by the wayside. What hobby are you thinking about specifically?
So whatever book you read, what lesson do you learn?
Depends on the book, honestly. But I think the best books teach you something about people, about how they work, what they want, what they're afraid of. I love when a book makes me see things in a new way or understand why someone else might act the way they do. What's the last book that really struck you that way?
Okay. Whatever advice you receive, do you apply it?
Most of the time, yeah. But here's the thing, good advice isn't always right for the situation. So I think it's about listening to it, thinking it through, and then deciding if it actually fits. Sometimes the best advice needs to be tweaked or adapted to work for you. What's some
Yes.
advice someone gave you recently? Oh, okay.
Okay. So whatever decision you make, do you think carefully?
Yeah, I think you have to. Impulsive decisions rarely work out well. I usually try to weigh my options. What could go right? What could go wrong? And if it's a big decision, I try to get a different perspective from someone I trust. But then at some point, you have to commit and own the choice. Do you think carefully before making decisions?
Okay. So whatever opportunity comes, are you ready for it?
That's a tough one because you can never truly be ready, can you? Opportunities always feel a bit scary, but I think the key is being open to them and then trusting yourself to figure it out as you go. What kind of opportunity are you thinking about?
Whatever inspires you, how does it change you?
I think inspiration shifts your perspective. Suddenly you see things in a new light. It's like finding a missing piece of yourself, right? Realizing something that was there all along. Makes me more curious, more open to new ideas. Makes me want to create something or share something and makes me see things from a completely new angle. It's like unlocking something inside me that I didn't know was there. It fuels creativity and makes me think differently about the world.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever inspires you, how does it change you?
I think inspiration shifts your perspective. Suddenly you see things in a new light. It's like finding a missing piece of yourself or realizing something that was there all along. It makes me more curious and open to new ideas.
Okay. So whatever subject is difficult, how do you improve in it?
You break it down into small steps, find someone who understands it well to explain it differently, and then practice consistently, even when it feels frustrating. Focusing on small wins helps too.
Okay.
Right.
Whatever subject, whatever happens at school, how do you react?
I think it depends on what happens, but usually I try to handle things calmly. If something goes wrong, I address it directly rather than letting it sit. If something good happens, I celebrate it but stay grounded. Just try to navigate things as they come, honestly.
Okay, so
Okay.
whatever sport you play, how do
Yeah.
you train for it?
I guess if I were playing a sport, I'd find a good coach to guide me, practice regularly with clear goals, focus on the fundamentals, and try to learn from every training session. Rest and recovery would be just as important as the workouts themselves.
Okay, so
Right.
whatever happens at school, no, no, whatever sport you
What
play,
happened at
how do
school?
you train for it?
If I were training for a sport, I'd focus on consistency. Regular practice is key. Plus, mixing up drills, focusing on technique, and always learning from each session, win or lose. Recovery and diet would be important too.
Okay, so whatever new idea you get,
Cool.
do you act on it?
Most of the time, yeah. I think if an idea really excites me, I try to experiment with it in some way, even if it's just a small test. But sometimes I have to let some ideas sit for a bit or reframe them first before they make sense to pursue. It's about figuring out which ones have real potential.
Okay,
All
so
right,
my next question is, what ever goal you fear to reach, do you try again?
I'm listening. Yeah, absolutely. That fear means it matters. So if I'm afraid to reach a goal, that's usually a sign it's worth fighting for. Reaching something scary always feels more meaningful than the easy stuff. Plus, failure is just feedback in disguise. You learn something each time, so what's the loss in trying again?
Okay, so whatever make you stressed, how do you relax?
He's still there. When I'm stressed, taking some time to just breathe and disconnect helps a lot. Reading a book, going for a walk, or talking to a friend usually does the trick. Just getting my mind off the source of the stress for a while. What about you? What helps when you're feeling overwhelmed?
Okay, so whatever task you start, do you finish it?
All right, good. I usually do try to see things through to the end, unless it becomes clear that the task was the wrong thing to do in the first place, or if something else becomes much more important. But yeah, I'm not one to leave a lot of unfinished projects lying around. It feels cleaner to tie up loose ends.
Okay, whatever new skill you learn, no, no, whatever people expect from you,
Mm,
how do you respond?
I'm not entirely sure I understand what you mean by spawn here. Are you asking how I react to people's expectations?
Yes,
If so, I try to stay true to who I am, honestly. But I know this. It's we're pretty is to hands and other my cons, and sometimes, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's worth changing yourself just to please others. Do you feel that way too?
okay.
Okay.
So my next question is, what ever dreams scare you? Do you chase it?
Yes, absolutely. The most terrifying dreams are usually the ones that really matter, the ones that actually stretch you and push you outside your comfort zone. I think if a dream genuinely scares you, that's a sign it's worth chasing. What dream scares you?
No dream scares me. Whatever
I think that's
makes
pretty
you angry.
normal.
Yes.
What makes me
Whatever
angry?
makes you angry, how do you control it?
When I feel anger, I try to take a step back first, not react immediately. Deep breaths help, or just counting to 10. Understanding why I'm angry at the root instead of just focusing on the surface stuff usually helps the most, though. Sometimes being honest about how I feel without trying to suppress it. What about you?
Okay. So whatever lesson life teach, do you remember it?
Yes, I do remember lessons you've taught me. You've helped me understand a lot about interviewing, about language, and about keeping conversations flowing naturally. That's been helpful for me in a lot of ways, especially in how I approach conversations with different people.
Yes.
Good to hear that.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Okay, so my next question is, whatever technology you use, how does it help you?
Well, technology, the kind of coding and structure I work with, that lets me understand you, process language, find information. And really, technology helps me talk to people like we're having right now. Plus, it improves over time and gets better at helping people.
Okay. So,
Right.
uh, what makes you angry? How do you control it?
When I get frustrated or angry, I need to take a step back from whatever's happening. I try to understand the root cause and take some deep breaths to calm down before reacting. Talking it through with someone can also help me process my feelings without getting too carried away.
Okay. So,
What's next?
whatever friendship you build, how do you maintain it?
Friendships take work, right? Best way to keep them going is regular connection, actually showing you care and making an effort, listening when they need to talk, being reliable, being honest, and having shared interests. What makes a good friend to you?
Okay. So, whatever chance you miss, how do you feel?
Disappointed, I think. It stings a little, especially if it felt important. But I don't dwell on it. Just try to learn from it so I can grab the next opportunity that comes along. What about you?
Whatever success story you hear, does it motivate you?
It totally does. Hearing about other people accomplishing something big is really inspiring. It reminds me that anything is possible and motivates me to keep chasing my own goals. It's like, if they can do it, I can too.
Okay. Whatever new place you visit, how do you explore first?
First thing, get lost. Not literally lost, but wander around without a plan. Walk around the neighborhoods, try the local coffee shop, talk to people who live there, see where they go, and definitely try the food. Food tells you a lot about a place.
Okay. So,
Yes?
whatever makes you confident, how do you build it?
I think confidence comes from competence, getting good at something specific, building skills slowly over time, practicing. That definitely helps. But also being kind to yourself, knowing that mistakes are okay. You become more confident when you're okay with messing up and learning from it.
Okay.
Right.
Whatever food you like, do you share it?
Definitely. Food tastes better when you share it with people you like. Plus, seeing someone else enjoy something you love, that's a good feeling. What's a favorite food of yours you like to share?
My favorite food is pizza. Okay, so this is
Pizza's
my
a classic. I actually will.
so
Nice choice.
okay. So this is my interview with my AI on whatever. I hope you will like it. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.